The anchor mentions the massive $184 million lottery jackpot from last week. The prize is still unclaimed. The owner of the store where the winning ticket was bought is being interviewed and you vaguely recognize him. You freeze. You open your wallet. You pull out the crumpled paper you bought 7 days ago and forgot about. You read the first number, 7. It matches. You read the second, 15. It matches. You hesitate for 6 seconds, then you check the rest. All 6 numbers and the Powerball. Exact match. Your heart does one hard thump. You stare at the glowing screen, your hands shaking not from fear, but from adrenaline. You are a dual British-Australian national. You know the laws. Neither country taxes gambling winnings. There is no government agency taking half. You get to keep every single penny. $184 million. Tax-free. You know your old life is dead, but you haven't yet begun to process what the new one will look like. The next morning, you call the VIP lottery claim line from the back of the ticket. It wasn't the first thing you did. First, you sat in a Starbucks for an hour from 8 a.m., endlessly scrolling TikTok to distract you from the enormity of the situation. Then you called work to let them know you were unwell and wouldn't be coming in today. Your voice trembles. The operator is friendly, congratulating you on your win. You've been the talk of their office for a week. They give you an address for a glass building downtown with quiet hallways and partners who bill more in an hour than you make in a month. You walk into a private room on the 14th floor. A senior validation executive scans your ticket under a UV light. He nods once. Congratulations. They bring in a wealth manager from Coutts Bank. You've never heard of them. He tells you they are the private bank to the British royal family. He looks like an accountant, soft hands, average face. He explains your options in a calm, measured tone. He suggests a trust. You aren't a financial expert, but you remember watching a YouTube video once about lottery winners using blind trusts to claim their money anonymously. You agree. You sign 7 different non-disclosure and trust formation documents. 3 days later, you log into a secure banking app. The funds have cleared. $184 million. You lean back and just stare at the number. For the first time in your life, you feel something close to power. It's not about the money. It's knowing no one can ever tell you what to do ever again. You don't quit your job abruptly. You tell yourself to act normal. You go into the office on Monday. You sit in useless corporate meetings, listening to middle managers talk about budgets and targets condescendingly, knowing you could buy the entire building in cash. You try to make it work for 2 weeks, but the illusion is broken. The deadlines and threats of bad performance reviews mean nothing to you now. You hand in your resignation. You use your accrued holiday pay to cut your 4-week notice period down to 1. Your manager feigns sadness, but only because of the work he'll need to put in to replace you. You feel neither sad nor elated. You feel nothing. Life around you is taking a course you could never have imagined 15 days earlier. You only have one real friend at work, Cedric. You've always gotten on well. You go out for drinks regularly, complaining about the broken systems and the terrible bosses. You look at him across the table at your leaving party. You don't tell him the truth. But you make a quiet mental note. When you figure out what you're going to do with your life, you're going to reward him for his friendship. Now you have a problem. You have a wife. You can't just come home to a cramped apartment with $100 million and no explanation. You sit her down at your IKEA kitchen table. You tell her you need to confess something. You open a secondary bank account on your phone and show it to her. It has exactly $4.2 million in it. You concoct the lie perfectly. You tell her you got involved in a massive underground crypto project 2 years ago. You tell her the founders execute a rug pull scam, draining the liquidity to steal millions from retail investors. But you realize what was happening minutes before they pulled the plug. You tell her you reverse engineered the transaction and siphoned $4.2 million out of the developers' hidden wallets before they could vanish. She stares at you wide-eyed. You look her in the eyes and assure her. The money is washed. It's untraceable. The scammers can never come looking for it because they stole it in the first place. And there is absolutely zero chance you will ever get in trouble. The story is detailed enough to give her a vague idea, but completely lacks the technical details for her to understand anything beyond the peril. She knows nothing of crypto markets, and you know this. For a second, she's silent. Then, she smiles. She doesn't care. She has lived on the breadline for so long, constantly stressed about groceries and rent. She has always wanted the beautiful, flawless life she sees on Instagram. She hugs you. The lie works. The money is a physical weight. You need to feel it. The next afternoon, you drive to a high-end luxury dealership. You walk right up to the centerpiece on the showroom floor, a Bentley Continental GT Mulliner, midnight emerald paint. The salesman approaches you slowly, his voice dripping with polite condescension.